When you receive this machine, it has two parts. And firstly, I will introduce you how to install the machine.
好了。
就拆这个盖子，为了便于它对接，然后那边2个拆掉以后，就是方便装那个激光管。
Remove the 3 covers first, and then reline the 2 wheels.
手把线进来的还好一些。
当时10个 logo 上去。是这个上面啊，这玩意儿啊，对呀。能不能用这个东西？黑色，这白上去。
哎呀，但是第一步盖着开的。
上面拉出多少个？
Now we've removed the 3 covers, and this cover don't need to remove.
然后插起来把它摆正，两部分在一条直线上。一个在这里，一个在这里，一个在这里。
Align the 2 cards.
这个边，你要查一下我们看轨迹，这个中间直接放下来，上不去。
宝哥，
可以是吧？
不的
啊？对，刚。
Pay attention to the hat. Here is more than here.
如果说
If this size is higher than this, then you can adjust the wheels below.
落地，把这个脚，把它落地。好。
Lift this machine and adjust the wheels. Then you will see this size is lower than this. 可以看得出来这边低。慢慢的调整这部分机器的位置，使得这2个导轨可以对齐。 Move this part slowly, and then darken the 2 wheels. 可以拍近景吗？ 对齐。
对面
这样。
你看正面，那就是背面一个就是太小，这样。
好了吧？然后照一张拍。
要参。
When the two parts are aligned, install the screws. 这就是拍好照。
你说一下。
就把这个拆了，它就是固定这个圆盘的。
Remove the screws so that the fixture can rotate.
然后这边。
等一下，再拍个细节动作。你这样手支住了哈。
After remove the screws so the rotary fixture can remove. When you receive the machine, the screws are tight, but when you use the machine, the screws must be loosened.
Here is the cover. We should loosen this cover in this side and to make it to cover this area. Just to move this cover and to cover, to protect the cover with this tube area and to tighten it. Also, we should remove the other side, the cover. Okay, we finished the installation of the cover.
开始切电机线。
Then connect the two wheels to the rotary fixture.
Tighten this wire. there is a tank, and we will send you some small parts like this. You need to install this into the wire, so make the wire tighten and in sequence. Make sure to open the rear cover of this rotary fixture. And take off the rear cover.
点击线两个。
Connect the two cable of the motor. Make sure the cable comes through the downside of the right rotary fixture. And connect with another side.
两个插头，这两个插头不一样。
There are two different cable connector, so you can. It is not easy to mix. Okay, this is the cable for motor, and then we cover. We cover it. And tighten the screw. Just now we already take off. Here is the drive chain. Please make sure the driving chain is knocked well. So all the cables, I mean the orange one, the blue one, or other cables are inside of the drive chain. Now we'll introduce how to connect the main cable of the machine.
红黄绿是火线，接123
讲慢一点。The red color, the yellow color, and the green color need to be connected with the 123是吧？
接123。
1, 2, 3.
蓝线是零线，接4角。
The blue color is the 09, and the blue color is the 09. Need to connect with the number 4. So after finish, you will find the yellow color is in the first one, the blue color, the green color is in the second one, and then third one is the red color, and the number 4 is the blue color. So this is the one side of the main power connection. There is a
蓝色的零线，接零线。
There is a electricity box, and you make sure to connect the blue one into the 0 cable. and connect the other 3 colors into the air switch. So after finish the connection, you will find the blue one is in connect with the 0, 9, and the 3 colors is connecting with the air switch. And here you will find a cable. Please connect the cable with the DSP panel. And the DSP panel can be holder here. Here in the machine, you will find a switch. This switch is called limited switch. We connect this switch. This switch function is to prevent when the rotary fixture move close into the laser tube, it will not shrink the laser tube or make the laser tube damage. So when it come closely, when the rotary fixture come closely into the laser tube, it will be stopped here. 好 ，make here.
能看得到吗？能看到。
Here you will find a connector. Use the limited switch to connect this connector. 好，你装。
好。
Okay.
下面我来介绍一下这个手柄的功能。
Now we will introduce the DSP panel.
这个手柄就是我们一般就是经常用的就是这个上下左右这4个键。
Normally, the button we use is the direction button for up, down, and left and right.
就是用它来调节这个我们切板的这个起始的位置。
And use this direction button to adjust the cutting origin.
然后这个手动出光就是调光的时候。
This manual laser button is just used in laser beam testing.
点动它出光用。
And press this button for just 1 second, not too long. The laser beam will come out for once.
然后剩下其他4个就
Others we seldom use.
就不用它了。
In this machine, there are 2 laser tubes. In the upper side, there is a laser tube, and in the downside, there is another laser tube. We will call it laser tube 1 and laser tube 2. Now we will introduce how to install the laser tube. We will take laser tube 2 as an example.
就把激光管固定在这2个座子上。
Now we will introduce how to install the laser tube 2, the number 2 laser tube into the machine. Now there's a downside in the machine. Firstly, you will see there are 2 laser tube holders in the silver color. There are 2 laser tube holders. And firstly, we should loosen the screws in the laser tube holders. Now you can see the laser tube holder is loosened.
激光管呢？
Now you can see this is the laser tube holder. Now it's loosened. Here is the laser tube. When you receive the machine, the laser tube is packed separately. When you take off the laser tube, you should check it firstly if any glass is broken or if there is any damage or broken for this laser tube. If you make sure the laser tube now is in good condition, and then you can take off the packing foam and to put this laser tube installed in the machine. Now this laser tube is 150 watts.
出来了吗？
And firstly, you check the laser tube. Pull off this red cover. And to check the laser tube, is there any broken in the laser tube? If you find any broken, please call us and report to us immediately. Because we can, if the laser tube get broken, we can ask for insurance compensate. But if you do not report to us the laser tube after using a while, we cannot ask the insurance company to get compensate. Now we will put the laser tube into the laser tube holder. Normally you will need 2 persons to make the laser tube in a line to be strict, because the laser tube is made by glass, so you should be very, very carefully to install the laser tube into the holder. And tighten the screws. Just now we taken off from the laser tube holder. Make sure the laser tube is tightened in the holder. Also for the another holder. So now the laser tube holder is okay. Now you will find there is a red line, and this line is a high voltage, a high pressure wire. We need to connect it.
发线接上去，接到这个高压端。
Connect this wire, red cable into this point. And tighten this screw. This is a high pressure cable.
一个罩子。
And this red cover to cover this side. Because this red cable is the high voltage cable, so we should make sure you use it safely. So we need to use the red cover to protect it. The human body cannot touch it. Okay, just now we connected this side. Now we will change into another side. This is the right side, and you will see there is a black cable. This cable is a low voltage cable. That means in the left side there is a high voltage cable, and in the right side there is a low voltage cable. We need to connect the low voltage cable into another side of the laser tube. Firstly, loosen the screw. And connect the black cable into the screw. And tighten the screw. Here is the water outlet hole. Please make it in the upper side. Because laser tube
再这样先，
Please make sure this hole in the upper side,
然后就把这个螺丝给它锁死。
and then tighten the screw. Just now here is not tight enough. If you make sure the water outlet cable, water outlet hole is in the upper side, and then make sure and tighten this laser tube holder.
然后这是个那个冷却水的回水管，
And you will see there is a white pipe. This pipe is come from the water chiller, and we connect it into the
插到这个回水口这个激光网。
water outlet hole. That means because when laser machine working, the laser tube is the laser sources for the laser machine. So when it's working, it will create the big heat. So we will use the water calculation to cool down the heat which come from the laser tube. And we will send you this part. This part is used to connect the laser tube, tighten the laser tube. To tighten the pipe. Use this part to tighten. To tighten the connect part for the white pipe and the hole. So make sure that there is no water leakage from this hole. If here is not tightened enough, there will be water leaked out. So please make sure it should be tightened enough. So now we have already connected the water outlet pipe, and then here is the water inlet pipe. That means the water will come from here and to go out from here. Here is the water inlet pipe, means the water will come in from this hole. Now you see we have already tightened the white pipe, and then to tighten it with the spare parts we send to you free of charge. And tighten this screw, make it tight closely, because now we have already finished the installation of the laser tube.
然后用手晃一下，
And use your hand to move it to see it can be moved or not. Please make sure the laser tube has been tightened closely. Now we have successfully installed the laser tube in the downside of the machine. And now in the upper side of the machine there is another laser tube. We call it laser tube 1 or upper laser tube. We call the downside is the downside laser tube. Now we will introduce how to install the laser tube in the upper side. Firstly, we need to open the cover. We open the cover of the upper side laser tube, and you will find the same structure with the downside laser tube. There are two laser tube holders, and we take off the laser tube package for another laser tube. Follow the same sequence. Make sure the laser tube, the glasses is okay, no broken. In the you can make another person in the back side to make sure the cover can be opened nicely. First, loosen the laser tube holder. And put laser tube into the holder. Now you need two persons to put on the laser tube. because laser tube is very easy to get broken. So you need to make it carefully. And also you can make the hole. You see there is a water outlet hole to make it in the upper side of the laser tube. Here is the water outlet hole. And now we will install the right side of the laser tube holder. This is the outlet of the water. Also for connect the wide pipe to make sure the outlet of the water can be moved very smoothly and make it tighten so the water will not leak it out. Now is another side. It's the left side of the laser tube. Use the same method. Firstly, lock the screw. Make sure the laser tube cannot be moved. And also find the red color cable. This cable is the high voltage cable. Connect it in the left side of the laser tube.
这是高压线。
And also you will find the red cable. This is the high voltage cable to make sure to connect the wire cable into the left side of the laser tube and then use the red cover to cover it. And also connect the white pipe with the water inlet hole in the laser tube and tighten it with the spare parts we sent to you. In the right side of the laser tube, here is also a water outlet pipe hole. Please use the water outlet pipe to connect with it and to tighten this part with the spare parts we sent to you. And then make sure the laser tube is tightened closely, cannot be moved.
这是固定下激光杆座子。
This is the parts which is to fix the upper side laser tube. We put it under the upper laser tube. And use a screw to fix it. There are 4 screws to fix this plate. And tighten these 4 screws. For the laser pass, we already adjust well the pass before we dispatch the machine. But every time during the sea shipping of the machine, during the long distance delivery, sometimes the laser pass will have a little different. So when you receive the machine, firstly you should check from the center hole to make a laser dot come out and to see if the laser come out in the center of the hole. If it is okay, so you no need to adjust the laser path. But if the laser beam is not in the center of the hole, you need to align and adjust the laser path according to the following method.
激光管出光口
This is the laser beam come out point.
打出来的光调到进光口的中间，
This laser beam should come into this part, this black part, and it should come into the hole, center of the hole. We use the tape to tick on the hole, and then we use your hand to make the shape for the cycle. So you will see there is a cycle, and we use the DSP panel.
没那么长。
We use the DSP panel and press the manual laser, the first one. Press for once, and the laser beam will come out for once. And then you will see there is a hole. There is a hole. There is a hole in the circle, but now the hole is in the left side of the circle. So that means it is not in the center of the hole. So we have to align the laser beam to change to make sure the laser beam, when laser beam come out, it will come out in the center of this hole. So we align the laser beam holder. There are 2 screws in the laser beam holder. When the laser dot is in the left, we have to align the laser beam holder. Loosen the screw in the 2 sides of the holder, and move the laser tube into right position. Because just now the dot is in the left, that means the laser tube is installed in the left. So we have to align to move the laser tube into the right side. And then we will make a laser dot again. Okay, we press the manual laser, and now you see the dot is still some right in the circle. And then we move the laser tube into the center, and we make a laser beam again. We change another tape, and use your hand to make a circle, and press the DSP panel. Now it's somehow in the center of the circle. So now the laser tube align is okay. We fix the laser tube holder to make sure the position is fixed. After we make sure the laser beam come out in the center of the reflect mirror, we will align here. Also use a tape and to make a hole, and to see if the hole is in the center. 举到我这边来. It's in the center of the hole or not. Now it's not in the center. So now when we see the circle, now it's in the left up side of the circle. So now we should align these 4 screws.
调
1, 2, 3, 4.
这3个铜螺丝是调那个反射镜的角度。
The 3 screws is align the reflect mirror's angle. 1, 2, 3.
中间这个是固定的，就是
And the center one is the fixed one. 固定什么？
调好光以后，把那个反射镜锁死的。
After you align well the focus length, you should use the center button to fix it.
现在偏左上是吧？
Now you see the laser beam is in the left side and the upper side of the circle.
就旋转这个右下角这个螺丝。
So we should align
往右
the
下来。
right side screw and in the right direction. And then we make a hole again. And press the manual laser. Okay, now we see it is nearly the center of the circle, but it is still not in the center. It's still in the left and the upper side, not in the center. So we need to try again. Still make the right side screw in right direction and make the hole again. Make the round cycle by your hand and press laser. Now you see it is 这个是在中间吗？好像也不在中间。
差不多了已经。
It's nearly the center of
差
the
一点点。
circle, but it's still in the upper side. So we need to align again. We just align a little, it's okay. And we test again. This is how to align the laser path, because we have to make sure all the laser come out in the center of the mirrors. Okay?
这已经差不多了。
Now it's in the center of the circle, so we finish this step. And to fix this laser beam, fix the center screw. So the laser beam has been fixed. Every time when you press the manual laser, just for 1 second it's okay. Do not press it for a long time, otherwise the dot will be very big, so you cannot recognize it is on the center or not. And then use the same method to test the laser beam in the down side and in the laser head side. Use the same method to adjust the laser beam in the downside laser tube. And to align the three screws in the downside of laser tube. We can use paper instead of the tape, just a normal paper. And to see,
可以了。
now you see it's in the center of the circle. So now the laser beam, downside laser beam alignment is okay. And then we install the laser head. And make a laser head come down. So now the laser beam alignment is finished. Now we will introduce how to connect the water chiller. In the back side of the water chiller, there are 3 holes need to connect with the cable. The gray one is in the number 1, the blue one in the number 2, and the yellow one in the number 3. And open the alarm output cover. Now you see the green one is in the first, blue one in the second, and the yellow one in the third. Please make sure the machine needs 380 watts voltage and 50 Hz and 3 pace. Connect the inlet pipe and outlet pipe. But please make sure this outlet pipe here should be connected with the laser tube inlet pipe. And this inlet pipe should be, another side should be laser tube outlet hole. That means when the water chiller, the water come out from the water chiller and goes into the inlet pipe of the laser tube, and after bring the heat of the laser tube, the water will come out from the laser tube's outlet and goes into the inlet part of the water chiller. And tighten this part. Make sure there's no water leaked out. After finish the connecting of the water pipe, we open the tank of the water chiller and use the distilled water or pure water to put the water into the water chiller. And in the back side of the water chiller, you will find the water level indicator. Now you will see. 这个是我们的是吧？
对。
This is our water level here now, so it is okay. The water level reach the green area is okay. No need full. This is the signal of the water chiller. Connect into the alarm output. So when the water is have some problem, it will alarm. And this is the main cable of the water chiller.
这两个是电源线，这个是地线。
The gray one and the blue one is the main cable of the water chiller, and the green and the yellow color is the grounding line. This is the main power cable of the water chiller. The water chiller is 220 watts, 50 Hz, and single pace. And the number one, the gray color, 是火线。
棕色的。
棕色是什么线？
棕色火线。
The gray color is fire cable.
蓝色明线。
The blue color is the zero cable.
这个黄绿色的是地线。
This one is the grounding cable. The gray color connect with the number 5. 蓝色。
火线蓝色接4角。
The blue color connect with the number 4. And the grounding line connect with the cover. So after connecting, you will find the gray color is in the number 5 and the blue color is in the number 4. This is the signal cable of the water chiller. It will be connected with the number 6 and the number 7. And after finish connecting, you will find the red one is in the 7 and the black one is in the 6.
这个东西用的是220伏单向电。
We use the water chiller to cool down the heat in the laser tube, and the water chiller's voltage is 220 watts, 50 Hz, that single pace.
冷水机电源开关在机器上面。
The power supply for the water chiller is connected into the laser machine,
不用单独再打开这个开关了。
so no need to turn on the red button separately. The key switch will control the water chiller automatically.
这有个注意事项，
Here is a warning caution.
严禁无水开机。
The water pump runs dry for over 5 seconds will damage the pump seal and result in water leakage and so on. So you cannot turn on the laser machine without the water chiller no supply.
每次开机之前必须检查那个水位。
Every time when you open the laser machine, you should check the water level in the water chiller.
是一个水位的
After
表。
using a while, the water will be less than before. So every time you need to check the water level to make sure the water is in the green area.
照了红色的代表是水位低，要加水了。
If the water is lower than during the red area, that means you need to add more water into the water chiller.
正常使用的时候，每半个月进行换一次水。
Normally, we will suggest when you normal using the laser machine, you should add the new water in half a month.
长时间不用的情况下，请把这个水给排干。
If you have long time not need to use the machine, please dry the water chiller completely.
下面就是排污口，打开这个阀门，里面水会排开。
Here is the drawing for the water. If you no need to use the machine for a long time, do not put the water in the water tank for a long time. You could turn on the screw to draw the water out. Remember, every time no need to turn on this button in the water chiller, because we already connected the power supply into the laser machine. So we just use the key switch in the laser machine to control the water chiller. So every time when we turn on the key switch, that means the water chiller is turned on. In the bottom of the machine, you will find the two pipes. One is in orange color and another is in blue color. This is the air pipe.
这长的这根儿，
The longer one.
长的这根儿是主进气管。
The longer one is the main inlet pipe.
好了，
Here you will find a hole. Please use this pipe to go through this hole. All the pipe should be go through this hole. Then you will find here is this part, and use the longer orange color pipe to connect here.
然后这两个是，这是去到圆盘那个就是夹盘上面的，一样的。
There are two shorter pipe, which one is the blue color, another one is the orange color, but this is two shorter one to connect it with 连接什么？
连接这个手拉阀，那个
You will find there's a valve
气管接头。
to connect the air pipe. 啊。
行了。
Okay.
往上一
Here
提
is the air compressor.
上不去了。
Please make the pressure into 0.8. 0.8. Because for our air pressure meter have some problem, so normally we need 0.8. The other side of the air pipe should be connected with the blue pipe.
下面我介绍一下风机的烟管接法。
Now we will introduce how to connecting the air pipe. 稍等。
压紧以后用手带一下，带不动。
And now you use your hand to pull it. It cannot pull. That means it has been connected well.
另一头接在这个车风机上，
The other side of the air pump, please connect with the exhaust fan. 接好以后手拽一下，打不动 And。also use your hand to pull it
可以。
to make sure has been connected well.
这是风机的主电源线，
This is the main power cable for the exhaust fan.
接380伏的电源。
Please connect it with the 380 watts 3-phase.
当你接好以后，打开风机，检查一下那个正反转。
When you connecting well the wire, please check if the fan is going from the left to right. This should be the fan should be turn right. That would be okay.
如果反转的话，把任意2根线对调一下。
If the fan is turn left, that means it's not okay. You can change the cable's sequence. 哪2根线？
任意2根。
Any 2 cables change sequence can make the fans turn right. So please make sure the fans should be turned right according to the right sequence. Right. Please make sure. Please look at here. Here is the arrow. Please make sure the fan running according to the arrow.
这是一台冷干机。
This is a drying machine.
我们为什么要使用冷干机呢？
Why we should use drying machine?
因为压缩空气打出来的气里面，
Because during the air compressor comes out,
里面含有水分，
it will contain water, small water dots in the air compressor.
我们必须用这个冷干机把这个水分给它排除掉。
We should draw the water from the air compressor, from the compressor air,
使进入我们机器的压缩空气。
so that make sure the air which supplied to the laser machine is dry,
是没有水分的，
without water.
然后这个接上。
So now we will introduce how to connect it.
空压机出来的压缩空气直接接入这个冷干机的入气口。
The compressor air which come from the air compressor, please connecting with the air inlet hole.
然后从出气口引出来的气管接入我们那个机器
After the drying machine dry the air, here is the air come out hole. So the come out hole will connecting another air pipe.
然后冷干机的出气口出来的气管就接入我们的机器气管。
And the air come from the drying machine will connecting with the this blue air pipe, which is the air supply for the laser machine.
后来介绍一下这个冷干机的电源线的接法。
This is the cable for the drying machine.
红色的接220的正极，
Red cable is 220 watts. It should be connected with the positive pole.
绿色线接220的负极。
The green color is for the connecting with the negative pole.
蓝色线接地，
The blue color should be connecting with the grounding. So it is a grounding cable. Grounding means that you can connect it with the machine's cover, so it will import the electricity into the ground. Okay, now we will introduce how to open the machine. Firstly, turn on the key switch. And during the key switch turn on, the water chiller will turn on automatically. And then turn on the water work table.
对，机器归位。
And the rotary fixture will be restoration.
啊，行，然后就马上可以开始调光。调光的时候呢，
And then we will teach you how to align the laser beam.
起
Firstly,
燃开关打开，
open the upper laser and lower laser and turn on the air supply. There is a protection cover for the laser tube. Take it down.
这是激光头，
And here is the laser head. 激光头也下下来了。
对，这样。
And take the laser head down.
这个聚焦镜在这里面。
And inside there is a focus mirror. Please don't forget to connect the lower voltage cable, I mean the black cable, in the right side of the laser tube. Here you can see we have already taken off the upper side and downside laser head. And press the yellow button
还有按一下吗？
to make sure when you press it, it will reach into 5. 你再按一下。When you press it, it will reach into 5. Another one. When you press it, it will reach 5. We will send a set of computer together with the machine, and the computer is in English interface, and the software is already installed well.
就是电脑连接那个我们机器主板的网线。
This is the cable for connecting the computer and the laser machine. There's a hole. Make sure the one side of the cable comes through the hole. To connect 这个是驱动器吗？
这是主板。
To connect the cable with the main board. And the other side, 可以 to connect in the back side of the computer. And connect the cable, the main cable of the computer and the screen. So the screen now is okay. Open the computer. Now we will introduce how to set the parameter of the round die board cutting machine. Firstly, we will use a ruler to measure the inside diameter of the round wood board. So this we have the two distance. One distance is from the inside of the diameter. I mean, from this side to this side. This is the inside of the diameter. For example, now we measure the inside of the diameter is 405, and then we'll plus 13 and 13. 13 and 13 is the thickness of the wood board. That means it's this. This is 13, and this is 13. So that means from here to here is 405, and plus 13. and then plus 30, and that is 431. And then we have a calculation. It's like this, and it will have a number. So you will get a number. This number is what we should put into the software.
我们讲讲软件的操作。
Now we will introduce how to operate the software.
首先打开我们的操作软件，
First, open the software.
PS 就是那个它的那个长度单位是以毫米来记的。
Here means the length is the length unit is mm. We choose yes.
然后这里有个放大，
This is a zoom machine. That means make the image more bigger.
然后就根据这个板儿的那个直径计算这个外在的数据。
And
套那个
here is a Y step. That means we need to input. We need to input the numbers we get from above calculation. We put this number into the Y step. 还是填一下，你再填一下吧。
把3角再填一下。
0.03。Okay, so we inputted the numbers we get from the calculation here for Y steps, and choose the connect. And then you will see there is a connect success. So that means the parameter is already transferred into the laser machine.
下面我们来介绍如何导入图形。
Next step, we will introduce how to import the image into the software. Firstly, click the open and choose the image you want to cut. Now you will see the image.
现在这个图层含那个边框的话，我们分2步来做。
Now, because this image have 2 layers, firstly is the inside layer, and the second is the outside edge.
先选中里面的，
We choose the inside image and choose select to current machine. And you will see the inside image is in this sheet.
然后把里面的剪掉。
And choose delete to delete the inside image.
再把边框选进去。
And choose the outside edge. Select to current machine. Now we choose the outside edge.
这就可以了。
That's okay.
现在它已经2个图层分好以后，它会按第一步切里面的。
Now you will see we have 2 layers. The first one is inside the image, and the second layer is the outside edge. So the machine will cut the first layer first, and then cut the second layer. That means we will cut the inside image first, and then cut the edge, so that we will get a complete die board template.
下面我们来介绍如何装动模板。
Now we will introduce how to install the round die board into the machine.
量出这个原模板的内径。
Firstly, measure the inside, the inner diameter of the round die board. That means from here to here. This is the inside diameter. Now we measure is 405. So now we will use this the inner side diameter to adjust the rotary fixture.
松掉卡盘的这个锁紧螺丝，
Loosen the screw here
然后转动这个卡盘，
and move the rotary fixture
调到那个跟这个原模板相应的尺寸。
and move this distance according to just now the parameter. The parameter just now is 405. 怎么看呢？
这
So now you can see there is a ruler in the rotary fixture.
按照我们测量的尺寸，然后调整这个标尺。
According to our measured parameter, we should change this parameter in the rotary fixture.
使这个标尺尺寸跟原模板的尺寸一致。
现在我们来转动齿盘。
转动齿盘。
Now we move the screw, and you will see the teeth. This is the teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to change every teeth, which can match with the 405. Now we will find the 1, 2, 3, 4. The number 4 can match the 4.5. So now, what we show, the area is for 405, which we measured just now. So here we can install the die board wood plate into this teeth. This is the number 4, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4.
以后把这个锁紧螺丝
After we make sure the ruler has been
锁紧它。
adjusted well to lock this screw to make sure the rotary fixture is fixed. In this side is also we should make it into 405. Now we will install the water plates into the fixture. We need 2 persons. 等一下，好了吗？我还没拍。And then press the button for once. Press this button means we should fix the template into the rotary fixture. So now you will see the water plate is in this teeth, between this number 4 and the number 5 teeth. And in this side is also, we put the water plate, wood plate in the number 4 and the number 5 between them. And be sure this wood plate should be connected into this stainless steel plate so that it can be tightened, and then press this button for fix it. So you will see there are 2 buttons. There are 2 buttons. The 2 buttons is to fix the wood plate into the machine. And now we've introduced how to take off the wood plate from the machine. Firstly, press the button. 按下来. And now the wood plate is loosened. And then we take off the wood plate from the machine.
介绍如何关机。
Now we will introduce how to turn off the machine. Because the air supply is already turned off after every time we cut off the wood plate. So please remember, every time when you cut off the wood plate, you should turn off the air supply. So now we will introduce how to turn off the other buttons.
首先关掉上下激光电源，
Firstly, turn off the upper laser tube and the down laser tube,
然后关掉工作台，
and turn off the work table,
最后关掉钥匙开关。
and then turn off the key switch. And now the machine is turned off completely. Please remember, every time when you turn off the machine, you should also take off the wood plate. Otherwise, in next time when you open the machine, the wood plate will damage the laser tube, will damage the laser head.
下面我们来介绍一下这个设备的保养。
Now we will introduce how to maintain the machine.
导轨、丝杆、半个月加一次润滑油。
This is the guide rail, and inside there is a transmission rod. Both of the guide rail and the transmission rod need to be lubricated for half a month.
这就是丝杆，也是
This is the transmission rod.
半个月加一次润滑油。
So this part also need to lubricate half a month. 加油的时候要把那个板子卸掉，
这把
这样要讲，
这个
要讲，要讲。
加油的时候，把这个面板卸掉了。
When you lubricate the transmission rod, you should firstly take down the cover of the transmission rod. There are 4 covers in the transmission rod. 你就把那个指一下。Loosen all the screws to take off the cover of the transmission rod, and be sure that the transmission rod can be lubricated for half a month. Otherwise, if you do not lubricate the transmission rod for half a month, the transmission rod will be very dry, so it will affect the cutting effection. So your cutting image is not good, in good condition. So that means you need to lubricate the transmission rod. This is very important.
反射镜，
Inside of this part, there is a reflect mirror.
一般不容易损坏。
It is not easy to get broken.
一年
Normally, we will suggest you check it in 1 year usage.
检查一下。
After 1 year use, you need to take this reflect mirror inside of this part to check. 然后
检查一下，看一下有没有模糊。
you should check if it is have dust on it or it is be well off.
如果有的话就更换。
If it is well off or have dust, you need to change it.
下面我们来介绍一下如何清洗这个聚焦镜。
Now we will introduce how to clean the focus lens here. Firstly, take down the focus lens. The first step is take down the cover, and then take down the reflector focus lens's cover. And use the industrial alcohol. Use the cotton to clean the inside and back side of the reflector of the focus lens. Please remember to clean the focus lens every day after you use the machine, because the focus lens is very important. If it has dust on it or if it is well off, it cannot have a good cutting effect on the wood board. After clean it, install it in the laser head.
也就把它旋到底，旋到旋过为止。
And make it tighten. Please remember, you should clean the focus lens every day after you use up the machine. Because when you're cutting the wood plate, it has many wood dust, wood powder in the air, so you need to clean the focus lens every day.
下面我们来介绍如何换镜片啊。
Now we will introduce how to change the mirrors and the lens.
当你那个切板的时候效果不好或者切不透的时候，就要检查这个聚焦。
Why we should change the mirrors? Because sometimes when you cut the wood die board, the effect is not good. So you have to check if the mirrors and the lens is not in good conditions, or it has dust, or it gets old.
取掉光罩，
Take off the laser tube cover
下开这个喷嘴，
and take off the laser tube head, laser head.
然后取出聚焦镜，
And take off the laser mirrors. This is the focus mirror. So when you take off the focus lens, you will see here is the upper side should be convex upward side. This side should be up. And another side is a flat surface. And this side should be down.
把这个喷嘴刻上去，
And when you change another new one, please follow these steps.
把它加紧。
And to make it tighten
装进激光头里，
and install in the laser head
一直要旋到底，
until
旋不动为止，
until it cannot be moved anymore.
然后再把这个光罩装上去。
And also install the cover.
OK，
Okay, so follow the same steps every time when you want to change the focus mirror. The lifetime of the focus lens is half to 1 year. It belongs to the consumables. And also for the laser tube. For the laser tube, the working hours would be 10,000 hours. And according to the power you use every time, if you use bigger power, and the lifetime will be shorter. If you use less power, the lifetime will be longer.